Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw on October 15th, 2012. And I'm pretty much going to go off and say right from the get-go that Monday Night Raw this week I found to be kind of meh. It wasn't really good. Nothing too horrible, but nothing much in the terms of story development on any side between much of anything, really. They obviously announced the WWE title match. I'll get into that later. It seems as if, they announced that Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio would be at the pay-per-view, but no real story development there outside the fact that the match was now announced. They've obviously now relegated Brutus Clay to a jobber status because obviously I guess they're finally catching on that maybe not that many people are backing Brutus Clay at all. And it seemed like maybe about a month or so ago, he was going to get a U.S. title shot, and now he's pretty much relegated to jobber status. Speaking of the U.S. title, Antonio Cesaro is really doing nothing with it now. He has no storyline. He's just facing random people every week now. He put on a pretty good match with Justin Gabriel this week, but obviously, storyline-wise, not doing anything with the title at this point, and seems to be going to waste at this point in time as well. Also, another really good match with Sheamus and Wade Barrett. Obviously, waiting to see when they're going to actually let those two have a full match from beginning to end with a clean, or at least some kind of winner that doesn't end in DQ or something like that. In general, because it's been two straight weeks, and that's pretty much what we've had, two DQ finishes each time. Hopefully they'll have some match at some point to do that, and maybe even build for another storyline for after the storyline with Big Show with Sheamus at this point in time as well. So maybe maybe at this point they're basically just building a smaller feud with Wade Barrett for something down in the future, and we'll see where they go with that as well. They did a OK Divas match as well with Eve and Layla, Divas title on the line. It obviously went longer than just 2 minutes this time, so that's already a plus. But nothing much there in the terms of actual storyline development with Eve and Layla, or Eve and Caitlyn at this point in time, with the whole whodunit deal to Caitlyn. So nothing much in that terms as well. Probably my favorite portion of the show was the entire setup that they were going for the WWE main event on Wednesday, which is Kofi Kingston and Miz for the Intercontinental title. Their promo beforehand was extremely well done, and then their match a little bit later that night was also extremely well done, and with good in-ring action. Not really too terribly fast-paced, just really good in-ring action. It was a nice match to see. Obviously, I'm a bit disappointed that this week did not end the tag title #1 contendership tournament. That will obviously end next week because I guess either they didn't want to do it this week, or Ray was sick and they decided not to have him compete. But a little disappointed that they did not do it tonight, so they could build more with whoever wins against Daniel Bryan and Kane next week on Raw to build up for the pay-per-view. Also, speaking of which, the Daniel Bryan and Kane area for the night, it wasn't overall great, but it was good for what it was. It wasn't as great as it has been in the past. Obviously, you had Daniel Bryan against the Big Show earlier on in the night. Daniel Bryan loses. Kane basically comes out laughing at him and all that aspect, which eventually leads to them talking backstage and leading into another match with Kane and Big Show for the next week's Raw. So it is what it is. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was something. It was something at least a little bit decent. Which pretty much brings me to my final area, where they announced who the person who would compete against CM Punk for the WWE title at the pay-per-view. The one thing I did not like in this aspect, obviously they did not feel like Cena would be healthy enough to go in there and continue the storyline with CM Punk and then go into the pay-per-view and actually have a really good match with him. So this is probably why they went with Ryback in the end is at this point in time. They pretty much put Ryback there as a backup plan just in case Cena could not go for the pay-per-view. Obviously, they don't feel like he can, so insert Ryback into the storyline at this point in time. What I did not like was pretty much how the choice was made. It really was out of nowhere taken out of Vince's hands by not CM Punk, but John Cena in general. He basically just said, this WWE title shot, I don't want it. And honestly, even though storyline is scripted and everything like that, who's going to pass up an opportunity at the WWE title? Even storyline-wise and disbelief-wise, it just did not seem believable at all that somebody would just give it up and give it to Ryback at this point. Obviously, I think Ryback's good in the ring. He's good in his character, but I don't feel like he's to the point that he needs to have the WWE title at this point in time. Obviously, the match should be good. The match should be good at the pay-per-view. We'll see what ends up happening there, and we'll see how they further the storyline with next week's Raw as well. But just the way that they put Ryback into the match, didn't like it. It came off as completely unbelievable, and that's basically all I had to say about that area as well. So, like I said, Raw this week was kind of meh. It really wasn't. It wasn't horribly bad, but it really wasn't all that good either. So that's basically all I have to say for Monday Night Raw this week. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed.